Turkey Al Sheik has a very good card that's being discussed right now. He says he's in talks with a lot of fighters and boxers for a fight card that could happen in November. We know that last year he did a Latino night, um, in November that had Duarte, you had Zepeda, you had Zerto, and a lot of other guys on the fight card. But this year he's switching it up, and a lot of the big fights that people been asking for, as far as Andy Cruz, they've been wanting to see Andy Cruz in a certain fight that can test him, and it looks like whether he wins or loses, it looks like Zepeda will be looking at Andy Cruz next. If he's I guess even if he loses against Shakur Stevenson, you know, from what I've seen, Turkey Al Sheik doesn't always pick guys based off of who won. In certain situations, he'll just place a guy somewhere who lost, but still holds value as far as being a competitive fight for another guy who's elite. We've seen that with Bakole and a couple of other guys recently. But Vergil Ortiz, we already know that him and Boots have been going back and forth, but that's actually in serious talks right now with Turkey Al Sheik. I don't know if he is very interested in making that fight because of his own, you know, reasoning, but I guess the hype and motivation and these guys being talked about, I'm pretty sure he wants to put this matchup to bed. So this is being discussed as well. I guess this would be the headliner for this card if this were to happen. But Christian and Mbilli also is being discussed. With Lester Martinez, we know Lester Martinez was able to defeat Joshua James recently by stoppage. And Christian and Mbilli, he's going to be facing off against Selecki Friday in Canada. So if he's able to get past that, even if he doesn't, I mean, it looks like things are going to be lining up with those guys because Turkey likes to have these fights, 1 or 2 fights already done, which is smart. You want to have guys on the schedule because then it's easier to make other fights. You don't have to worry about, well, let's wait and see what happens with this fight. I guess the wait and see thing is something that he want to bypass. So a lot of guys are like, what if this guy loses? Who cares? That's kind of what holds up a lot of things, this wait and see. You have so many boxers that's connected to each other. You just can't have a whole bunch of fighters waiting on one guy. That's kind of been the problem. Turkey Al Sheik is not going to say this out loud, but that's something that it looks like he wants to avoid. We got Moses Itauma as well with Bakole. That's a fight that a lot of people saying should happen. A lot of people said it's too early after Itauma's last fight, but it looks like this is a fight that Turkey Al Sheik wants to try to make. I guess both sides are interested in this fight. And then, with all these matchups we have, Zepeda, Cruz, Bakole, Itauma, Mbilli, Lester Martinez, Vergil Ortiz, and Boots. Some very good matchups right now in boxing. If Turkey Al Sheik is able to put this fight card together, this is going to be a lot of the names that's in between, I would say, the newer generation and the last generation. I mean, not the last generation, but, the guys that's retiring right now. So the oldest generation and the newest generation is probably the guys in between that. And they're all trying to establish themselves except for Itauma. But most of these guys are trying to establish themselves as household names and big time talents in boxing that's living up to the expectations. And this guy, Lester Martinez, he's the guy that's being trained by Vomac and Terrence Crawford's team. So he's definitely somebody that Turkey Al Sheik is going to be involved with. We already know that Bakole has been one call away, and he's brought a lot of value. I think Turkey Al Sheik seen that loyalty and seen some value in that. So I think things will go well, but we're going to see, man. This is a huge fight card that can happen in November, and we'll see what come back from it. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.